What up, y'all? Back of the video. I got a request to do a video on the Hoover from Susan from New Zealand. New Zealand. I never could say that right. Sorry, Susan. And so I wanted to do that video for you. There is the normally in the process with the narcissist, you have the trauma bond, which is the love bomb, devalue, discard. But there's a fourth process to this, and it's the Hoover, which most people know, but some don't. And the Hoover is when they come back again and they repeat the process, because the narcissist runs in a circle, because the narcissist doesn't have any growth. People that have growth in their life, people that are blessed, they move in a linear fashion. They grow, they defeat things in their life, and they become better, or they become worse, but they don't typically move in a circle, going to nowhere, but the narcissist does. And in this process, they're also going in a circle with you. They met you, they trauma bond you with the love bomb, devalue, discard, and now they come back for the Hoover. So the process is a circular process. And the reason why they do this is because they need to have, they cannot emotionally self-regulate. It's kind of like they're always in a continuous temper tantrum, and you're the one that fixes it. The empath is the one that fixes it. Somebody has to take that pain away. Somebody has to take that anger from them and process it, because they just can't process things like that. And a lot of times it's because of different things. One, because they don't operate with any kind of empathy, and without empathy, certain processes in your life are obsolete, but then other processes are very dominant in form. And so in the case of the narcissist, they replace love and empathy with double evil, okay? And that's why sometimes they're so good at what they do, is because, whenever you have, whenever you get rid of something in life, there's going to be a vacuum, and there's going to be a vacuum, and it's going to be filled with something. And in the case of the narcissist, when they gave up on love, they filled it with twice the amount of evil and manipulation and deceit and jealousy and all of the evil constructs, because they're in animal mode, which is called like beast mode, or they call it the reptilian brain. I like to call it beast mode because in the Bible, it would talk about, Revelation and the mark of the beast. I believe that the mark of the beast is the loss of empathy, and what you see today as the narcissist. That's what it would just turn you into. I mean, you there's no coming back from it. You are in a mode that is what do they call that in Romans? The reprobate mind. And once you get there, you have seared your heart and your mind, and there's no going back. That's why even in science and psychology and counselors and psychotherapists will tell you that there's no counseling, there's no medications, there's nothing that you can do. The best thing you can do is to run, because they don't change. And with that being said, because they don't change, then there's really no need to go any further with this. I'm going to, but in your case, Susan, and for everybody else, you need to know that they will not change. And when both science and the Bible and therapists and counselors and any kind of remedy out there, and all of the remedies out there, from organic ones to spiritual ones to psychological ones, are all telling you nothing will change the narcissist, including the theological word of God. You have, now this is the battle between you and yourself, and this the spiritual battle that you're dealing with what you thought was the narcissist. And that's why they say things like this, is because the narcissist doesn't exist the way that you originally thought. And that's why you're so screwed up. That's why we all get so screwed up, is because we think that we're dealing with somebody who's part of humanity. And that's why a lot of us talk about that they're not humanity, because the way that they operate, including this situation here with the Hoover and how they never change, that they're fixed. It's very hard to fathom that they're in humanity, but they're not of humanity. They look like us, but they're not really like us. And it's kind of it's very devastating. And that's why I always say you got to find a way to get through it and to transfer that energy and to stay strong against it, because they're going to come at you with tons of manipulations to get you back, whatever it takes. They will tell you any lie to get you back, or to get back in your arms, or to get back under the same roof as you, but they won't change. They will tell you they've changed. They will tell you they've had an epiphany. But they will act a little different for a while, for a time. But just know that things will go exactly back to the way they were, and they will become worse. And once you start to get drained, that draining of you continues to break you down. And when you recover and then go back to them and let them drain you again and again and again, you're going in the same circle that they are. They say that you are you look like and act like the way that they feel like inside. That's how you end up looking and acting on the outside. You are the outside version. You feel like and act like what they felt like when they met you, and how they feel like inside. Okay? You're a reflection. You on the outside, after being broken down for years and years and years and given up on everything, you are on the outside what they have always been on the inside. And so they do it also for control, because they have to have control. One of the things that they need in life is control. And when they drained you and you have nothing to give, or you start to argue back with them and tell them who they really are, which is mirroring back to them what they are, because you're drained. That's where they talk about this you're spiritually drained, that your supply is out. So now you start acting real with them. You start becoming combative right back with them. You start really being so tired, you can't do it anymore. So now you start fighting for yourself, because that's the natural way of humanity. And so when you start doing that, that's why they leave you. They know this earlier than you do. They know you're getting to that point, so they're going to leave you. And that's why they always monkey branch to another form of supply. And that's to say, two monkeys, grabbing arm for arm. It's meaning they're going to leave you and they're going to go to somebody else they're going to leave you today, and they've already been working on somebody, and they're going to grab a hold of their arm and they're going to monkey branch. They're going to swing over to them, and they're going to be under their roof tonight, because they don't care about you. They just care about your supply. And that's why I talked about that you need to be in control of all of your entity, all of your commodity. When you are in control of your commodity and you don't let people abuse that, then they can't take advantage of you. And you have the ability to hand it out where you know it needs to go. It's a special thing. And so that's kind of how the Hoover is. I'm going to do a part 2 because I just got busted up.